Good morning, everyone. The whole zero of you, but good morning. We've had some followers since yesterday. For those of you who have joined us, hello. We're just continuing our art from yesterday, which is the camp thing. Yeah. This adorable piece. It's once again 7 in the morning. I seem to really like operating early in the morning, so I guess maybe that'll become my regular thing. Is 7 a.m. streams. I've got a cup of Earl Grey tea and some fresh baked bread. Didn't quite rise properly. I think I put too much salt in it. And killed some of my yeast. Don't mind me, because I'll just be chewing while I art. But this is what we got going so far. We've finished the Chibi, the log, the fire, the tent. They just need their shading. But for the meantime, we are going to work on the background. So, since I want to offer different kinds of tents later as your character here, same thing with the log, different seats and stuff. We won't be able to paint like the shadows for the log on this background layer, so we'll have to have those separate. Not a problem, but I just want to make sure that we have like a full background in place with an environment, nice proper environment. Might even offer different environments, but then I might have to change lighting on shading, and that would be a bit of a pain. But I suppose not too bad. Not too bad. I don't really have a plan for this. I'm just playing around, really. It's a rainy day, strangely enough, being winter. Let's see what the weather's supposed to be today. 2 degrees Celsius. Heavy rain and snow. Weather warning, or special weather statement. Not too bad. I'm kind of chill this morning, not super energetic, but that's alright. I think it'll be good. I think we'll have an okay day. I launched my throne campaign on Blue Sky, and I have posted it to the skill tree buying and selling, the skill tree Discord in the buying and selling category. So if you're a skill monkey and you're subscribed to me and you haven't checked that, feel free to swing by there and check that. But you can also go to my B Sky. I'll be like quote tweeting and not tweeting, but skeeting. That's what we call it. This the bird app is sometimes in my brain. Hopefully the cat won't bother me while I'm working on this. The bird app is still sometimes in the brain. You know, old vocabulary, you gotta kill it sometimes. You know, it's called growth. Just like this undergrowth hair. It needs to be trimmed a little bit. Yeah, but if you check that out, you get a limited edition thank you card. This one. Let's put this where I know it'll be seen. But you get this if you donate $5 to the Walking Pad Fund specifically. If you donate $5 to anything other than the Walking Pad, it doesn't count. So it's just this one. You get your name where nameless is, and you get a number based on which donation you are in the list. It's mostly because I saw my doctor and I talked to him about some swelling problems that I've had in my leg. Cat? Hello? Okay, cat is being weird. The cat is catting. Oh yeah, I talked to my doctor. I've been having problems with swelling, specifically in my right leg and ankle, and blood clots running both sides of the family for me, in women. Yes, and female. So rip me, I guess. I got the bad genes, and I'm getting to a point where I potentially have a blood clot, and it could take weeks to months for me to get the ultrasound on my leg to find out what's going on and why I'm getting blood clots. And the only way I know how to mitigate it is to get exercise. So there's that. And because of my health, because it's kind of shite, I can't get out all the time. So walking pad is the next best thing for me. It'll encourage me to walk every day, and since I have anxiety from going outside, I won't have to go outside. And I'll be able to walk in the middle of the night if I want to. My building has a gym, but they close it at night because somebody stole the TV. But they haven't replaced the TV that somebody stole, so I don't know why they bother locking it up anymore. I kind of ass backwards, if you ask me. So, yeah. That's the deal. That's where we're at right now. If you want to help out, it's $5. And you get a little happy piece of art of my little Sona here. Doing his hardest, doing his bestest to be healthy again. It's just a little feel-good piece. Mostly because I just don't believe in getting stuff for free. So, yeah. I'm not lucky enough for people to just give me things. And I don't like receiving things for free. I always feel like I need to give something back. And this is the only way I can give back. So, yeah. I'm not very talkative this morning either, so I'm having difficulties, okay? I think it's because I'm just sad today, probably. But enough of that. What do you think? Should I do some, like, pine trees in the background, maybe? Should I make the background brighter? Although I want most of the focus to be on the foreground. I can get rid of that now. Let's just get rid of that. Yeah, okay. I also used, like, the leaf shape, this one, to make these leaves in the background, but I'm painting over them because I don't want it to look like just the leaf brush. It's the same thing that I use in the background for the overlay. Just use the leaf brush and then do my own thing on top of it. It sort of gives you a little bit of a base to work with, so you can like sketch things out without really having to go into too much detail, and it gives you that bit of randomness that humans have so much difficulty replicating. Like, we try to do things randomly, and like you'll see someone like try to make a random pattern and it won't actually come out random because our brains just automatically want order. It's a bit frustrating, but also interesting to know that about, you know, the human brain. It wants order. It likes to categorize things, and I think that's probably largely why our species does what it does. But order helps us to make sense of the chaos of the universe. And keeps us safe. We don't like things to be different or unusual. Change is slow to accept for our species, but it's not impossible. That's why we have good things today, like human rights. That's all I'll say on the matter. I recently stopped posting any politics to my Blue Sky because it's bad for my mental health. I found my mental health deteriorating over the last couple of weeks for the obvious reasons I'm sure many of you can assume, being Canadian. Things are not good right now. But if we keep thinking of only the bad things, the good things become harder to find. I am really enjoying painting these bushes, by the way. I like this little dark spot right here. This little spot is perfect. I love it. Let's try and replicate that in some spots. Get that nice little bit of bright coming out. I used a different brush here. Let's try it. I think it was this brush that we used. Yes. That little, those little hints of leaves coming out. Yeah, I think we wanna. Let's pull in this green. I think back in here. And we'll layer some darkness inside. Too much. The oil paint wants to go a bit darker than I would like it to be. This little spot's just kind of messed up. This brush is quite right. Let's try this one. We want something that blends softly, but also will lay down the paint nicely. Blend out the darkness down here a little bit more. Give us lots of depth, even though. Do you even see that? Yes, you do. Okay. I will accept that. Look at that. That spot that I like is just like right in the... Yeah. Sometimes things just fall into place. I'm good with that. I know I'm spending a lot of time on just like a little spot in the background, but also, oh, it's the kind of little details I enjoy. Also, if you do happen to be lurking and you're too shy to say anything, hello. I don't bite. I'm pretty chill, really nice. I like new people. Sometimes you just want to paint some leaves. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do for this top back bit, but I definitely want some like trees. Let's see. Let's try a new layer. Let's grab a dark-ish color. Normally I would do this differently. What kind of trees do we want? Like I would normally put the trees in and then the bushes, but that's not the way it worked out. My tea smells amazing. Let's have a sip of that before it gets cold. Oh, so good. Let's see. What about a big old tree right in here? Let's grab a bit of that color. It's not big enough. Need big tree. Big tree. Yeah. We'll blend this in, like when we're just in with the background, and we'll paint more leaves on top of it when we get things going. I just want a nice tree-filled, happy little forest kind of thing. For now, I'll just paint on this other layer over top. Grab this darker color in here. And blend it in behind. Grab this dark color. I like really deep, dark, cozy forests. Not my favorite thing ever. The only thing I don't like about them is the bugs. It's the only thing I don't like about outdoors. Bugs. Bugs and spiders. I used to be really scared of spiders. And then I went to Conquest of Mythodia in Germany last year with the guys from the Skill Tree YouTube channel and a bunch of other friends from the Skill Tree Discord server. I made a whole lot of friends, and there were a lot of spiders. The first night, I got my tent all set up, got my cot all set up, just left my stuff in my tent. These tents are medieval tents, so they don't have any bases or bottoms in them, so they don't have a floor, right? So anything that's in the grass can just climb up all over your stuff. And well, you can imagine that I got into my tent, really late at night. It was dark. I've got just my lantern, a see-by, and pull open my sleeping bag, and there's just 5 little spiders, and they start scuttling off, and I was just so goddamn tired. I had jet lag from flying from Canada, and it was just a moment of fuck it. I scooped them all up, and I was like, this is my tent hotel, and I tossed them off into the grass right next to the bed. Didn't give a damn if there were any more in that sleeping bag. They didn't live. So, yeah, that's how I got over my fear of spiders. It was just extreme desensitization. I guess that's how you do it. It was just, I was just too damn tired to deal with that bullshit. Good times. Good times. I wonder what kind of trees these are. I'm really liking this. The tree trunks were a great idea, guys. I mean, there's the log that we sit on, so I mean, clearly there's gotta be nice big trees around here. I'm just gonna leave that on for vibes, right? We gotta have vibes. Let's put two little trees back in here. I think we gotta go a little bit darker. Need some little skinny dudes. Skinny dudes back here. Further back. We don't want to put them too far back, but too skinny for that one. We gotta take probably this brush that we used for the back. feather things out some more. Smaller strokes. I think these big strokes are really starting to throw me off. So, especially now that we're like, oh, getting into the distance here. I thought everything was. That's why it was applying strangely. Okay, because I was on the wrong layer. These little strokes back here. Oh, look, a bot. You are going to go away. You know, anyone who buys views, they don't respect themselves. Goodbye. I hate that. And now that's gonna be in my little screen thing. Oh, look, it disappeared. Nice. Perfect. Excellent. I don't need to buy your views. Go away. I respect myself more than that. Poopies. Who's in the window? Who's in the window? Is that Velcro? No, it's a river. And kittens. Yeah, these big fat brush strokes back here are starting to bother me because it's throwing off the way I see the depth. I think it needs to be dark right here. And darkness needs to come right here. I want a sort of vignette effect. Can you guys still see that? Perfect. You can perfectly see that. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to throw off how I see the distance in here. I think I want to keep this light patch right here, so like the sun's coming down through the canopy. I need to bring this darkness right around here. And I think we're gonna... I am still... Yeah, okay. Behind this bush. It's gonna be a little bit messy until we really get going, but like, you know, if you're watching the VOD, you saw the beginning part where there were no trees, so like, even just putting those trunks in there has really changed a lot. You can really see how paintings evolve quickly. Let's widen this trunk here a little bit. Disappear into the tops, and I think I want a branch here. These look a bit like ash trees, maybe. They're probably ash trees. Not many of those left nowadays. They've got an ash elm kind of build. But also, yes, in case there are viewers hiding around that I don't know about, sneaky ninja viewers, I upload my VODs to my YouTube channel under the same name. I'm pretty much Sega everywhere on the internet. But if you're uncertain if an account is mine or not, you can go to my link tree, which is also Sega, and that will have all of my my socials and other sites and stuff too, including a link to my upcoming apothecary magic items shop called Lagruna. Lagruna. You're gonna get a little rolled R in there. I don't like this tree. No. Not everything works out. But yes, I'm making a little shop of apothecary stuff and magical sundries, mostly aimed at LARPers. So if you LARP and you want like little magical potion ingredients, for the time being that's all I offer, because that's all I can make. I have cats, so things like soap making and stuff are going to have to wait until I can get a space that I can make cat free, because I want to protect my little meows. We must protect our furry friends, yes. Standard round mixing brush. You can do a lot with just the mixing brush. Simple round mixing brush. In the thick paints tool section of Clip Studio Paint, you can do so much with this brush. I know I've been using lots of other weird little brushes, some of which I downloaded, so like this one I downloaded, this little triangle one I downloaded, but for the most part the rest of the brushes I use are just round mixing brush is probably my favorite tool. And yeah, it just proves that you don't need fantastic tools to make things. Now, you do generally need a basic art program, but caveat to that, I have seen a guy recreate the Mona Lisa with Windows Paint. Okay, so if he can do it, anyone can. As a matter of fact, one day I want to try a challenge where I do a painting only in MS Paint. I think that would be a lot of fun and also very frustrating. Sorry if you heard me slam my cup down on the table. I don't have a shock mount for my mic because I just have a mic that I got from some Amazon returns warehouse place. Not just Amazon, but other things as well. Let's try airbrush. I don't like. The airbrush has its place, but generally I don't like using it that much. I think I need to bring brown in here. But it's not going to be with the airbrush. Nope, that's the airbrush still. Hello? Brain? I'm gonna take out that. All the airbrush work. Bring in some of the browns under the leaves. Sorry. Can I do anything with this brush? Yeah. Thin wash brush. Again, just a default brush in Clip Studio. Thin gouache is probably another one that I really like. It gives a lot of that blending pull, but also lays down a lot of color. Let's grab this brown in here. We don't want to add too much lightness, but we can blend that out again with the round mixing brush. We definitely want to have some browns and yellows to change the tone of the dirt. Also, sometimes helps to zoom out so you can really see what you're doing. Details can be put in afterwards, and you can zoom in for those. But I think it's better to get the layout. Tents go, things are going to be trodden down a little bit more. Just grab a bit of that color. That log's probably going to change color too. Just need little mixes of other colors because dirt is not uniform. And like you can see, back where the color is completely uniform, it just looks so flat. There's no depth or anything. And the forest floor, typically not green, which is why we went with kind of a lightish brown dirt color around the campfire. Let's see, I've got something, no problem here. This. And specifically this layer, we're going to take it and we are going to blend it down into this layer. And now we can paint on top of it. We will work on a separate layer for fire glow later. You can see I've got a couple of lines here where I've got like pebbles and stuff in the dirt. Those will be painted down into the dirt as well. I think we want our path. The path that the character would walk, probably following along here. So they go off into the woods and they can come around. So the path is kind of snaking like this. So a little bit of adventurous kind of feel. So just sketch that in. And then they go off into the wilderness that way. But I'm not going to put that much color there. This is actually my favorite kind of painting to do. While I have some commissions to finish, I don't like to do those. I don't like to do the commissions on stream. I want to, but I also I don't. Okay, I think we need to drag some of the dark stuff out here and put it underneath. To add contrast between the colors, because once again the green is just disappearing into the weird greenish brown that I've got there. And you'll see what I like. I'll drag my cursor around and I'll grab another color and blend it in, and then select one of those colors that I've blended in. And that's how you get a lot of variation really fast without having to go back and forth between the color palette. That is my art tip. I am by no means some like great artist or whatever, but let's try not to do that. I do have some tips. If you just want to like drag a bit of the green in, again, this is just the plain old round mixing brush. The round mixing brush is very great because it has a wonderful balance between drag and application, but you have to do a lot more color selecting with it. So like if I want to drag these leaves down, I have to select that color and then switch back to the other one and paint around them. And changing the size of your brush as you go also really helps. So the further you get, the smaller you want to make your brush. To squeeze those colors in there. And then drag them forward. And make your brush bigger as you go. Remember, dirt gets scuffed around and kicked up, and you probably put some fallen leaves, so there will be other colors. So if you wanted some dead leaf, detritus, stuff that hasn't biodegraded yet, you can grab some color, and even though it's not autumn, you'll still find dead leaves in the woods. They'll mostly be browns and tans by that point, but sometimes you'll still get little hints of orange. But I would blend those in a lot more. I think if you're in an oak forest, you'll have a lot more of the orange colors, because oak leaves tend to turn really, really, really orange, and they stay that way. They take a long time to biodegrade because they have a lot of tannin in them. God, I love science. For a little while. I wish there was a thing I could put on like my mug and use that as and have tracking for it. Mug tracking. You need like mug and drink tracking. Food would be harder to do because it disappears. But I guess you could have like a certain food piece that's animated and like follow your hand. You just have a toggle to switch between like cup and food. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? I know this looks like chaos right now. Trust me. It'll look amazing in the end. This song ends kind of strangely, doesn't it? I guess this is a not very sunny scene. I wonder if I should do a different backgrounds for it. Offer different backgrounds. Really see this path disappearing back here. Nice. Contrast. Color in there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to fix up the blend right here, but that's details for later. This one's brown. Maybe I should put some mushrooms in. What do you guys think? I ask like there's people here. That's the one thing I find weird about streaming early on. And the same thing with YouTube that I always struggled with when I was creating episodes. It's like, I'm not actually talking to anybody. There might be people watching it someday, or maybe not. Who am I talking to? I feel a bit insane. It's like, this is insanity, right? what is creation for content this way? I just don't. Maybe I'm too old. A little bit more variation. Bring in some more of this green. We're gonna press out some of this orange. Still keep a little bit of it. There are places with lots of iron in the soil, so you get a lot of a rust color. Famous red dirt of Prince Edward Island in Nova Scotia, where I used to live in Ontario, also had some places with really red, orange, like rust-colored dirt. It legitimately looked like rust, and it had almost a clay-like value. It would get when it rained, it would just turn into like terracotta slip. It was amazing. All the college students would slip and slide on it. It was quite dangerous because we were right next to a busy intersection too. On a main thoroughfare through town, so it basically led up to Canada's main highway too. Let's get in here and do a little bit of this in the foreground. And maybe bring this brighter color down here. This is a daytime scene. It's just a really dense forest. Best kind of forest. And like I said, our log is going to be able to be changed, so we're going to have to change the shading that I've got down here. Let's turn off the log for now. Yeah. See, some of my line art is still connected there. Alright, log is turned off. I think this is too low for you guys to see. I don't want to front foreground here. Yeah. I think this is about as far as I can go. Let's drag this color down. Nice patch of good soil. Right close to the plant's edge, that's where the best soil will be, especially if it's like a regularly used campground. That's where you're going to get your best soil, because everything else around the camp area is always going to be trodden down. Look at how much this color has changed since we first started. Hey. We'll actually use some of this green in here. Start green up. Bring a bit of the forest shading forward as if there's bushes like just off screen here. And that gives us that little sort of vignette kind of feel. For the rest of the painting. So we're carrying around the dark forest around here. There's not enough space here to do too much, so we can probably a little bit, but I wouldn't do much more than that in terms of adding darkness around there. definitely want to do something here, especially since we've got a very cartoonish kind of fire, whereas everything else, like the background, are really painterly. But the fire causes lots of glow, and they don't want it to be too bright because they don't want it to be the full focus of the rest of the picture. It's kind of a weird juxtaposition to have between the cute chibi line art and then this beautiful painting in the background that I'm doing. But at the same time, I like the contrast. I don't know, there's something playful about it, you know? The world's too serious. Might even put, like, really big leaf, just... Whoa, too much. We'll put that there for now. Except, I think we'll go grab this. Nope. There. There's a bit of a plant. There, like we're watching them from the woods like a creepy person. The only problem with homemade bread is it dries out really fast. Hey, this stuff's been exposed to the air for like an hour and it's already crusty. I'm gonna go back to my tree layer. I think what I'm gonna do grab this grayish color. I think I'm gonna throw down a rock or two. Some pebbles. Just place pebbles. Little stones. Maybe some like larger rocks around the fire. I don't want to put too many of them. But like enough to be like, hey, there's a fire pit here. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Rumi told me that like this spot right here by this front corner of the tent needs like a bag or something. Especially if we go to the version of the tent with the closed doors. The whole composition feels a little bit empty there, I guess. I mean, now that I've got the little leaf here in the corner, that kind of helps a bit. Where's this liner from? Oh, that would be... We'll just call that air doodads. Turn that off. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the rocks. I'm gonna cut the rocks out now. So those are on a separate layer from our trees. Eventually they're all gonna be blended into the background. The trees in particular are gonna be blended in with the background layer. Yeah, for now, while I'm placing them, they're just toggleable. Woo! Hiccups. Yeah. Without the tent, this composition itself is okay. And the bushes really dictate a lot. Because, like, I can make an entirely different vibe with just this composition, too. Change the bushes. I could turn this into a winter scene. I could make this like a grassy field here that leads into a sparse forest, like more dead grasses, swamp. That's pretty interesting. And like change the whole vibe. Just change that. Also, apparently I have moved to this layer. There. But yeah. Easy ways to change the vibe is just change the background color. I had actually initially started with the bright blue, and I was intending to have it like a really bright open field, but I don't know, I'm just drawn to dark forests, guys. Dark, spoopy woods. Like today, it was a dark and spoopy day outside. Got a window here that looks out over the city. I'm on what is ostensibly the 14th floor. So I've got quite the view, and the clouds are about level with my window. Because they're really low-hanging today. It's all foggy, there's rain. It's just a kind of a cozy day today. Yeah, sticking those leaves in the front, in the foreground, really helped a lot. I'm gonna have to put those on a separate layer, put them right at the top. And these ones will just be blended into the ground again. As a matter of fact, let's do that now. Grab that. Grab this. These are our leaves. Down already. Because they're getting in the way. see? There's some secret leaves. That way we don't have to worry about them being in the way either. We can turn them on and off as we see fit to fix the composition. I just don't want this corner to be barren, you know? Let's go back to this. Select our shape brush. Oops. Grab a nice dark color. These are kind of randomized, so I don't really have a lot of choice how they play out. Look at that one, doubled it. Oh, here we go. There's a cat thinking of jumping up in front of me. Yeah, we'll just duplicate this layer a couple of times. And merge them down so that we don't have that transparency. And then I think what we're gonna do is come in here, erase that one. No, I'm not gonna erase that one. But we will, with the pen tool, we'll fix all this up later. It'll look really great when it's done. Just fill it in a little bit so it's a little bit more sensible. I'm gonna put a stem there. How about that? There's no stems in this plant brush, so. Oh, that's the line right there. Okay. There, just that little stem just changes so much. It's amazing. Smooth that out. Out. It's a little bit chunky, that's okay. We can draw our own leaves. There, another stem. And later we can always blur this. Give it like a little Gaussian blur so it fades out of the vision. It sort of like pushes off to the side. But for now, it's good the way it is. We'll just... Whoops. There. And that way, it sort of looks like we're watching them from the bushes. Not at all like a creep. And somehow, like I said, the modern kind of painting, or not the modern, the painterly style, just, I don't know, I feel like it enhances the picture, because then you focus on the things that are sharp with line art. The fire might be a little bit too cartoony. I don't know. If you're watching the VOD, tell me what you think. Yeah. I think I'm going to do a little bit of painting with the tent turned on to see kind of where things are, because hello! Hello, welcome! Nacille's Toast. Did I get that right? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Let me put that where you might be able to actually see it. How you doing today? Are you having a good day? I'm a bit low energy this morning, but I tend to just go in bursts. And thank you. Thank you for the compliments. Nessie? Nessie? Hi, Nessie. Nice to meet you. I'm Sayeka. You can just call me Say. I am having tea and bread. Fresh baked bread. So I'm good. If you see my mouth moving and no sounds coming out, I'm probably eating. welcome. Hi. I don't stream very often. It's usually random. I don't have a set schedule or anything. I've just been nocturnal, so 7 a.m. is more like 7 p.m. for me right now. And it is now 8:16. And I'm just working on this little composition here that will later become your character here. That people can commission. And presently we are just working on the background. I was just debating whether to keep the rocks or not. And we just added the foreground leaves after taking them out of the base painting. And I've more or less just been muttering to myself for the last hour. And my aim is also to offer different tent styles. Tents are going to be in the future, so I'm not placing any shading or objects where tents could potentially go. Same thing with the like the log. It's going to be different logs or seating available, like camp chairs and whatnot, so I have to make sure I make the painting as neutral as possible in the background. So it's a little bit of a challenge. These rocks around the fire are really bothering me, these big ones. The pebbles are fine, but the big ones are, no. They can just go. And that is the eraser. Hello? Am I picking the right brush? But thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. The island is always open to visitors. We have one follower emote, I believe. It is Meow Love, my cat named Tesla, but affectionately called Nugget. He has his own emote series. But yeah, so forewarning, I do not have a stream schedule. I just sort of stream whenever my brain go burr. Thank you for following! Thank you.
Nessie's Toast is visiting the island.
Yes, thank you for visiting the island. We are always open for visitors. My character is tropical island themed. He is from volcanic island nation, sort of like cross between Iceland and Hawaii. And they are also my LARP character for Conquest of Mythodia in Germany, which I am hoping to go back to. I went last year, as my first year, and I made a whole lot of friends, had life-changing experiences. Couldn't recommend it enough. If you've got to choose one LARP to go to, it is Conquest of Mythodia. At this point, I'm just spreading dirt around. It's not an exciting painting, I assure you. Well, I'm glad that you chose me to come by and watch. I've been a little bit lonely. Everybody else I know is asleep at this time, or just waking up and heading off to do real adult things like work. Art is my work, so I'm just here doing my work. I think we're at a point where we can start going into the background and doing a little bit more detail work on the bushes. Too close. Too close. Don't want to show all the sins. I think I'm going to merge the trees down in now. I'm going to duplicate the layer and save that one for later. So that maybe if we want to change the background and change the whole vibes of the image, we can do that. Let's merge the trees down and get them painted in. I think we'll use the pen tool for this. Blended in later. These little happy bushes. Get more darkness in here. The secret to bushes, the layering. Don't be afraid to use really dark colors. One thing I learned while doing some painting studies, a little still life exercise a little while ago, is that I do not make my darks dark enough. So now I'm just like, oh, this color that I think is good, let's make it 3 shades darker. Or maybe 5, then it might be enough. Might. So yeah, don't be afraid to use darkness. Do you do any painting, Nessie? Put the brightness forward here. You just doodle? I mean, doodling's good. Get better is to just do things. I mean, I have no plan for this. I started with some green and some brown in the background. Literally just this. This is how I started. I threw some bushes down with the bush brush. That's the one that does the big leaves. Like this. And I was like, let's throw some shapes down. Now I just paint over them. It works, right? It did a good job. My Twitch background too is done very similarly. It's unfinished, but it'll get done eventually, maybe. Or I'll just make an entirely new one when I get bored of it. Oops, wrong brush. My last background was just kind of, it was okay. See, I'm a chaos monster. It's like, oh, you spent like 10 hours on this painting? Start a new one. Neglect the other one. At least digital painting doesn't take up sketchbooks anymore. And it's easier to share. God, I have so many sketchbooks, and they're just all like half empty. Carry them around for like 5 years. Yeah, yep. The problem with being an artist, you can't finish anything because you want to move on to the next thing, or you've just lost interest in it. Yeah. Yep. You know the pain. Empty sketchbooks. Sketchbooks that you intended to fill that never had anything drawn in them. Notebooks, stationery everywhere. Yep, can't ever finish a sketchbook. Look, I bought this giant stack of sketchbooks one day because they were on sale, and now I have like 9 unused sketchbooks, all the exact same. They're still wrapped in plastic, and they've been that way for like 20 years. Maybe I'll turn them into books to sell. Handcrafted leather covers or something. Somebody else can have the sketch paper. I'll make miniature sketchbooks out of them. Take each one, tear it apart, just cannibalize it into a new book. Sell them. Yeah. Otherwise I wouldn't have so many. If they weren't on sale, I wouldn't have gotten so many, but damn. I'm my own worst enemy. Was this one particular style of sketchbook that I always really liked when I was back in high school in the age of dinosaurs. So my mom bought a whole bunch for me while they were on sale. So technically I didn't buy them. My mother did, but we both have the same problem. We have so many art and craft supplies, and now that she's too old to do the art and crafts, I'm inheriting all of her supplies. No, I need to do something with these. Good times. One of the things I love about doing paintings like this is, like, you see the way things just change over time. Like, you know, you start with the single gradient background, and then bam, suddenly you've got a whole lush dark forest. I just want to go camping. I miss it! I wish I could live in a place that was just autumn all the time. I'm doing this painting backwards. For some reason I'm painting the foreground before the background. Well, the middle ground, I guess. But breaking all the rules here. Not even using layers, I'm just repainting everything. But yeah, I love seeing something come out of nothing. There's one person I rated yesterday. He's actually the first non-gaming Twitch partner from way back in the day, CNotBrush. And if he's streaming again, I'll be rating into him again today. And he's a sculptor, and god damn, masterwork stuff. Swear to god. I love sculpting. I still have the first things I ever made as a kid, which were a bunch of plasticine cats. The plasticine has since long dried out. And so now they're just rocks. They're just oily rocks. They look more like turds than cats, but you know, when you're 5. And my mom had kept them all these years, and I found them one day when I was at her place. I'm like, I still have these. They're like 35 years old. These things are probably toxic. Yeah, I'm old, in case you didn't get that one. Well, not old, but I guess in internet terms, you know. I mean, the Zoomies are adults now, so it's a terrifying thought. I'm one of those internet people. It's like, oh, everybody on the internet's the same age. We're all like 20 in our minds forever. At one point, I was the youngest person of all the internet people I knew, and now I'm the oldest. It's really weird. And yet, here I am, pretending to be a demon with turquoise horns. The internet is a strange place. I think we're gonna add... I'm gonna start adding leaves up here. Mathis! Cat! Hi! He wants breakfast. I have 4 cats in my apartment. 3 of them are my roommates. Puma! Good morning, Puma. How you doing? I'm painting, obviously. Okay, that did not work out at all. Let's get rid of that. That's nonsense. Away with you! I'll show you the rest of the picture, Puma. Oh, let's turn off that layer. Ha. There we go. Mathis! He's pawing at me. He's like, feed me. Have you got a busy round today for work? Or is it a quieter day? I know I was just working on those branches, and I immediately went to something else. ADHD Rainbow Bird. Always busy anymore. Computer work repairs. You do computer work now too? I don't know if you can hear Mathis. He's making adorable noises. Yeah, he stands up and he paws my thigh and he meows. And it's very cute. Oh, he's wandered off somewhere. Well, I hope you have a safe day with all of your driving out to your repairs. I hope it's good and that you meet lots of cats. Or good doggos. Both. Both is good. Or maybe something new and interesting. Like a pet possum. That would be pretty great. concentration. The cat is back. Being adorable. Huh? Oh, I'm starting to paint this like a rock. Maybe I'll put a mossy rock right here. That might not be a bad idea. What do you guys think? Mossy rock? Happy accident. Oh, there's another cat. Didn't see which one it was. Alright, putting in a mossy rock. Forest sap rocks. Moss is never amiss, that is true. Moss. It's one of my favorite substances. Oh! What was that?
Neficus has donated towards a gift.
Naf! Naf! What have you done? Thank you! $10! Naf! You get two! You get 2 pictures! Nef isn't even here, is he? Hey! I don't know if Nef's a girl or not. Nef! Nef, are you here? Or did you see my post on the Skill Monkeys? Nef! Puma, if you're here, can you clip that? I don't think Nef is actually aware that I'm streaming. I think they'll really enjoy that. My panic. I might have to go clip him myself. Let's just save that. Oh, that's where the little contribution thing goes. I'll have to move that. Alright, I will clip that later. We'll just... I will clip that later. I've got that set up now, so I can clip that. Ah! So for Puma and Nessie, since Nef isn't here, I have a throne wish list, and on it I have a campaign for a walking pad, because I recently went to my doctor and there's a possibility that I could be developing a blood clot in my right leg, and I can't always get outside because I am not health. I'm gonna change the hue of this rock a little bit. And every $5 you donate, $5 US, you get a little thank you card. Let me finish this rock. It looks like a pile of mud. I'll fix that later. But you get a little thank you card. So Nef is the first person to donate, and they're going to be getting 2. There's only 50 cards available. And your name goes here. And it's just a little thank you card in return for donating to the Walking Pad Fund. Yeah, so that's a thing. But do not feel obligated, but I also have a post on my Blue Sky that that you can share if you can't donate. I very much believe in the power of crowdfunding, but I also don't feel like I should get stuff for free, which is why I have the little thank you card thing. As a little, it's a 5x5" printable, and it's just, you know, a little customized, you know, feel good. Yeah, I helped a person maybe get their health back in order. Because I am a poor artist. I only started taking commissions last year because I didn't have the confidence to for many years. So it's one of those situations where, oh, thank you, Puma. I appreciate it. I'll see that in a bit. I'm sure I don't think Neff even knows that I stream. The Skill Monkeys are really supportive, so if you like to craft things, I recommend going to the YouTube channel Skill Tree and joining their Discord. The community there is really fantastic, full of a bunch of great people. They're the people I went to Conquest of Mythodia with. We have our own camp now at the game called Dendronia, and Kit and Maddie, who run the Skill Tree YouTube channel, are the camp leaders, and they play some Archfey from another world who feed off of stories. So the fee for living in their little nation war camp, whatever it is to just tell your stories of your adventures as you live in the world, which is really cool. I do not have enough contrast back here. Still needs darker. More dark, almost black. But yes, the Skill Monkeys, they are a great server full of people. Well, it's called Skill Tree. The people at Skill Tree are called Skill Monkeys. And they are really supportive, awesome friends. Many of whom have changed my life and perspective and views on life in ways that I cannot even express. And if I try to express it any more than that, I'll probably cry. Because that's how important it was to me. I feel like I'm making a mess of this. I'm playing this far too much. I've lost a lot of contrast in here. I might have to come in with the pen tool. Throw down. As a matter of fact, we'll come in with this tool. We'll throw down some leaves the way we were doing before, but too much bright leaves. This area is going to be darker. You gotta make sure you gotta get that dark in there. That's what was missing. And we'll just paint over them like we have been. And it gives us that randomized kind of look. Too big! No! Control Z, not Control X. Panic! Bring the light color forward. Larger leaves, too large. It's a fine line. Yes, a little bit of darkness, right? And here. Smidge in there under that. Yeah, I was putting too much. I was doing too much. Need this darkness down here because the lower parts of the bushes will have less light. We'll use that to fill in a little bit. Nice and small. Get some sharp edges. I think that'll help the contrast down here. That's what I'm having trouble with. Is just not enough contrast. Yeah. And that rock, I'll change the color of that rock in a bit. Probably off stream. And yeah, I'm still using the weird leaf brush doing this, but somehow it's working. I don't know how it's working, but it is. I think it's adding that texture that I'm missing from the round mixing brush. And then big leaf right in here, I think. Yep, if it works, it works. Hints of bright in the background. Just so I know where things are going. And even, let's experiment a bit. I'll bring some really bright forward. It's too green, I think. We'll just have a couple of little dots of bright. Very, very bright. And that's where sun is coming through the trees. And that's why this bush right here is brighter than these bushes here. And I think that'll fix a large part of our problem. Just little hints of light. So you won't be putting any right here because this branch up here is blocking it, and that's why it's so dark back in here. But out here, just little dabs of light. A little dab here. And you're gonna get most of it on this one. Maybe a couple of little bits around here. Maybe that leaf right there. A little bit darker. Oh, tiny dots. There, and then we'll just blend all that in. I think that'll work. That's the other thing I learned in my little still life painting thing is I also made my lights not light enough. I did still life practices a while back. Don't make my darks dark enough, don't make my lights light enough. This is the wrong brush for this. I think we're going to go back to the triangle brush. this leaf? Coming down this way. Put a little friend right there for it. In there? No. Nah. No leaf friend. This friend will be living right here. I might have chosen the wrong green. I think it needed more of a yellow tone. Hey, Red! Can always fix it later. Dead our ways. This looks weird in here. Let's try. That's a little better. Getting to the point where little details are... You zoom out really far and it looks pretty good, I think. Maybe a little bit too bright. But again, we can fix it. What is this? Oh, that's the airbrush. Ugh. Strange noises. Alright. This is the brush that I wanted. Mathis is back. Alright, this bush is going to end around here. So we're gonna cut off this part of the background, blend that in. That is the bushiest bush. And I think we are going to turn on our layers. I know you don't see everything that I'm painting back there, but that's alright. If I offer more tent styles or something else in the background eventually, then the painting will be there. I will know it's there. You will know it's there too, Nessie. You're part of the secret now. Keep it safe. And I think that's probably where I'm going to end things for today. And hopefully, CNUT Brush is streaming. Oops, I opened the Scrivener by accident. We're going to go to the ending screen. And we're going to find someone to raid. Thank you for coming by. Thank you to Nefficus for donating, even though they're not here. That was a shock. I will have to send them their thank you cards. Well, you have a nice day too, Nessie. Let's see if we can find CNUT brushes here. CNUT's not streaming right now. Sad. As a matter of fact, no one I know is streaming. Well, there's Brush for Hire. What's he doing? He usually does sculptures or miniature painting. You want to watch miniature painting, or do you want to do a co-working and study stream? I'll let Nessie decide. Co-working stream or miniature painting? Alright. Miniature painting it is going to be. So we are going to go to a Brush for Hire. Thank you for coming by, Nessie. It was nice to meet you. I don't know when I'll be streaming again next. It is completely and utterly random because that's just how I live. Live in the moment. Alright, thank you for coming. We'll do /raid Brush for Hire. Onwards! See you later! Thanks for the chat, and thanks for liking my art. I very much appreciate it. You have a great day.